So to Molyneux then, the first of the Sunday matches, Wolves at home to Sheffield United. Now, 2 years ago, these teams were playing in the Championship. Wilder versus Nino. Well, Sheffield have made a great start to the season, and Wolves have been improving week by week. So there was an expectation that this could be quite a game, and it really did turn out to be a cracker. I enjoyed watching this. Both sides committed to playing attacking football, and the first minute proved just that. Some poor defensive work by Wolves, and Mousset, free on the penalty box, got the ball, and his left foot strike hit across Fabricio into the corner, and the Blades were one up. The first 5 minutes or so were all Sheffield United. It looked like Wolves were still in Portugal after Europa League action. Finally, on 12 minutes, they got going, and a raid down the right found Doherty, who nutmegged the defender, and his cross was deflected to Jimenez, who headed just over. It was tipped over, actually, by the goalkeeper, Henderson. Breaking forward, both sides looked really good on the eye, and it looked like errors could be punished at a premium here. Great skill from Traore on the right, who's growing as a player, but as is often the case, there's no end product. On 33 minutes then, Martinho, a cross from a free kick, fizzed it into the 6-yard box, and it caused absolute panic in the Blaze defence, but they managed to clear it away. And then down the other end, 4 minutes later, Mousset, who's always dangerous on the board, set up a chance for Fleck, and Patricio's legs managed to block the shot. But Sheffield United looking dangerous. Up the other end, Traore's magic again got in a great cross to the back stick, but the chance was lost. So at the break, Sheffield United up 1-0. Into the second half then, and Sheffield United once again on the front foot. An early chance for Mousset, whose shot from a pass by McGoldrick was saved by Patricio. Few minutes later, McGoldrick was fed by Fleck, one-on-one with the keeper, but again Patricio was strong. The Blades were dominating early stages of the second half, much like they did the first, and really should have been 2 up. But they weren't capitalising on a number of openings. Eventually Wolves came to life again, and it was Traore who set them alight. And finally, on 63 minutes, Doherty at the far post got, after some good work by Jimenez, his great cross, and Doherty got his head to it, and we were level 1-1. 68 minutes, a free kick for the Blades, and McGoldrick's header inches wide. And 10 minutes later, Wolves, shading the possession at this stage, and Raul Jimenez, who looks class personified, I think, went close. Baldrick was lucky to escape a second yellow, and then as we approached the full time, Wolves were definitely on the front foot, and the Blades looked like they had settled for a draw. Basham managed to clear over his bar from a Moutinho cross, and then on 92, just to show that they hadn't completely gone on defence, McBurney had a chance to win it, but he headed over. A good game. Full time then, the final score, Wolves 1, Sheffield United 1. So to Carrow Road then, Norwich at home to Arsenal. Of course, when I did the prediction show, I wasn't aware of what had happened following the Europa League. Arsenal sacked Unai Emery, and they put Freddie Lundgren in as the temporary coach. Lundgren, of course, an Arsenal hero from the past. And he made some changes, quite a few. Mustafi came in at the back, and alongside Luis, and Xhaka was also installed from the off. On the bench, Pepe, Torreira, and Socrates, amongst other regulars that Emery chose. 4 minutes, first chance of the match, and Lacazette, he managed to miss from a few yards after a deflection from an Aubameyang shot. 15 minutes, first chance for Norwich. McLean's shot was easily handled by Leno, and then on 18 minutes, Chambers from a corner escaped his marker at the near post, and his flick header was turned behind by Krul. He should have done better, really. Then 20 minutes, a break-up field. Pukki, who had been without a goal for what seemed like an age, he picked up the ball 30-odd yards out. There were two defenders in front of him, but they chose to not close him down and back off. And the Finn managed to squeeze between them, and his shot took a wicked deflection off one of the defenders to put Mustafi, I think, and that put the Canaries 1-up. That was his first goal in 8, so a welcome return to form for the Finn. 23rd minute, a free kick, and Zimmerman's left arm managed to get a touch to Ozil's cross. It was clearly handball, and a penalty was awarded even without VAR. But Aubameyang stepped up and Kroll made a great save. Unfortunately, encroachment was spotted by VAR, and they had to retake it, and Kroll was not too happy. Aubameyang didn't miss again, so he levelled things 1-1. And in the last minute before the half, a break by Norwich, and Cantwell managed to convert after a ball was laid back to him by Hernandez, and he guided the ball wide of Leno for 2-1. That goal actually did occur in the first minute of the second half, so apologies for that. 56 minutes, an Ozil corner. There's a right mix-up in the Norwich penalty box, and the ball got half cleared to Aubameyang, which was really bad news for Norwich, and he neatly popped it in the top corner to level it 2-2. After that, Norwich had chances to go ahead again. McLean put through, but Leno tipped the ball onto the post with his fingertips. And a few minutes later, Cantwell again just wide, with Leno this time statuesque. It was frantic defence by Norwich on 79 minutes, and on 87 minutes, Leno managed to tip a cross away for a corner. We did have a flurry of action on 90 minutes from Norwich, but Leno managed to push the effort wide. So we hit full time at Carrow Road. Norwich 2, Arsenal 2. So the first of the two late games on Sunday was at the King Power Stadium, Leicester at home to Everton. 4 straight clean sheets for Schmeichel, and Leicester once again unchanged. They have got a strong outfit, I must admit. For Silva's team, he went for a back 3 with Keane returning, and Iwobi was in for Calvert-Lewin, who was on the bench with Bernard, who'd returned from an injury. 7 minutes, Sedide had a shot just over for the Toffees, and then up the other end, 12 minutes, Ricardo set up Perez, but his effort just went wide. And then on 22 minutes, a delightful move by Everton, and Richarlison scored with a bullet-like header from a great cross from the fullback, and that was 1-0 to Everton. A couple of minutes later, Perez sort of bundled into Sedide, but no penalty. And 32 minutes, Chilwell was caught by Holgate on the edge of the box, And again, contact minimal, but no penalty. So that was the score at the break. 1-0 to Everton. Into the second half, by which time Calvert-Lewin had come on, and he started to make an impact as well. He had a header on 50 minutes that went just over. And then Iheanacho was also brought on, and on 67 minutes he made a difference with a great searching cross to the far post. And who else? Jamie Vardy was there to connect, and we were back 1-1. After that it was all Leicester. Vardy were really pushing for the winner, and Vardy turned provider for Maddison, but his connection was dealt with by Pickford. 74 minutes, a Vardy header grazed the bar from an excellent Tielemans cross, and then 5 minutes later Everton did counter-attack from Keane, and his shot went just wide. Up the other end a few minutes later, a whip shot from Tielemans had the same result. We were into added time, and it looked like a draw was inevitable, and then out of the blue, Iheanacho got the ball on the edge of the box and hit a sweet strike into the corner, and celebrations by the Foxes were cut short, as it was clear that VAR were having a look. It took an absolute age for them to come to decision, but clearly on my monitor anyway, and Nacho was not offside by millimetres. So the goal was awarded. Leicester were ecstatic, and poor Marco Silva, you could see it was written all over his face. The sack is on its way. So final score at the King Power then, Leicester 2, Everton 1. So to the final match then of week 14, it was Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Villa, Aston Villa that is, and there were two teams unchanged from the previous fixtures, which suggests that they've both got settled sides. Early effort from Fred on 8 minutes went just over, and then 3 minutes later Villa took the lead, and they got the ball out to Grealish on the left hand side. On the left, he managed to create a yard of space as he moved into the penalty box, and he curved a delightful shot wide and across De Gea. De Gea made a vain attempt to get to it, but it was precision, and so Villa had gone one up. Good response for the Red Devils. Martial's shot was covered by Heaton, and Rashford had linked up, and he hit an effort to the far post, but Heaton was good enough. But then finally on 42 minutes Rashford managed to head in after an absolutely glorious cross from the right, which curved away from the goalkeeper, the cross by Pereira, and we were level 1-1, and that was the score at the break. Into the second half then, and Heaton managed to get a shoulder to a Martial effort on 58 minutes, and 62 minutes, so Villa well in this match. Trezeguet was in the box, and he passed it to Grealish, who managed to steer it wide from a few yards. The offside flag never came, and one might ask, why did Grealish put it wide? It would have been easier to score. And then 63 minutes, a dangerous cross to the back post, and Lindelof ghosted in there, and his header across Heaton went in the corner, and United had turned it round and were 2-1 ahead. And it looked like on 65 minutes, it looked like that there might have been an equaliser goal, but none of it. But finally on 77 minutes, the equaliser did come for Villa, and it was a strange sort of goal really. And Mings managed to get into the box. He looked like he was yards offside, but when VAR had a quick look at it, he wasn't, and he connected the ball viciously on the volley, and De Gea had absolutely no chance from 5 yards, and so Villa had snatched a point, and the final score was Man United 2, Aston Villa 2. Okay, so that's week 14 complete. Just a quick reminder of the tables now then. Liverpool are on top with 40 points after 14 games. Leicester are in second, 8 points behind on 32. And Manchester City are 3 points further back in third. Chelsea now in fourth, a massive 14 points behind Liverpool on 26. Spurs have moved into fifth with Wolves 6th, Sheffield United 7th, and Arsenal in 8th. Man U have slipped to 9th alongside Burnley and Crystal Palace. In the bottom half, well, it's looking worse for Watford. There on 8 points at the bottom. Norwich second bottom on 11, and Southampton of course getting that win, they're up to third bottom, 12th, and Everton sliding ever closer to that dangerous drop zone. They're on 17th with 14 points. Now to the goal of the week. Well, there's quite a few contenders. I liked Grealish's goal against United, although I suspect that De Gea should have been more alert. Shelvey's goal was brilliant for Newcastle, getting the equaliser against Manchester City. Vardy's header, of course, a great team goal, that one. And also Spurs, their team goal was absolutely tremendous, with Sissoko's volley finishing it all off. But I have to give it to De Bruyne. The second goal for Manchester City, it was something out of the gods really. So that's my goal of the week. Manchester City's second, the volley by Kevin De Bruyne. And then that's your lock. But we've got a show this midweek, because we've got a match day 15 taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday. There's a couple of fixtures on Tuesday and 8 on a Wednesday. So there will be a quick prediction show today and a results show on Thursday. So more football as we get closer to the Christmas period, isn't it?